We're in Clovis, California. We just finished setting a faucet at the vegetable sink. So this is a Moen provided by the homeowner, I think straight out of Amazon. And these are touchless faucets. So a little battery-powered controller down below, and then turn it on and off. And so that's nice if you're cooking, you don't touch your faucet and get stuff all over it. Anyway, so you set your temperature wherever you want it, hot, cold, and then every time you turn it on, it'll come back to that temperature. Down below, at least on this sink, not so bad. We had to drop the disposal. Grab a wrench and tighten this up right here because it was in the way. I mean, there's not much room in the cabinet, and the faucet is very back of the cabinet. And so anyways, we dropped that down and put it back in, got it all tied back together. Main thing is everything in there is existing. The only thing we've done is tie in a faucet. We have not replaced shutoff valves or traps or waste lines or garbage disposal as an added bit of information for the homeowner. This disposal has rust on it. So you can see around here the rusting that's happening right now. That translates inside of this collar right here. Hold this light, please. Inside of this collar right here, down on this side, it's all rusted away. It's not leaking, but you've got rust there, which means something's been leaking at some point. So just keep that in mind anyway. So that's all good. Got the weight on the hose. It operates pretty well because there's no conflict with anything down below. Got the air switch adapter plugged back in. Everything's good to go on this sink. So this one wasn't so bad. Monitor this for any kind of leaking down here. You want to stay after that. All of this control assembly comes from Moen, all put together, and hopefully I can get you a picture of that. And so that whole piece comes from Moen assembled, and I can't see. Sorry, I'm shaking. That all comes from Moen assembled. So that's not ours. We don't put any of that together. We just clip it to the faucet, and so all those points of connection, hopefully, you know, they're good. But you do want to monitor this sink. Don't walk away from it and think, hey, okay, it's good. You know, because anything in there could happen. So anyways, it's a nice mounting set, a mounting system by Moen. And we'll go over and take a picture of the other one now. Dry off the bottom of that cabinet, please. So the second one over here took a faucet and then also some filtration. So this guy came right from Dalton, USA. This is what the homeowner had in there originally. It was a Dalton filtration system and the faucet. So we went right to Dalton, got a replacement for the whole thing. And so this guy is good. Same faucet from Moen. And again, put your hand over there. You got your water comes on and then off. So no big deal. This one was pretty fussy. A lot going on back here. A lot of piping and pretty fussy to get up in there. Especially with the filtration. So same thing with this. You know, just monitor this area for water. And we got this in. This guy right here is from. This is the filtration from Dalton. And we got it tied back into the faucet on the back side, and it was leaking, which is back up in, I probably can't even see it from here. Let's see if we get you a picture up there. So up there, almost, right there, there's an adapter, right? right. Well, we can't get it for you because we're going to flip the camera upside down. But where you can see almost right there, there's a wide adapter all the way at the very top. That's the bottom of the faucet, and a little screw-on adapter with a push-connect line at the very back of the frame right there. You can see it up touching the counter. So water was dripping out of there. And these are push-to-connect. They're like John Guest fittings, so there shouldn't be any dripping, and it was. So we had to take it back apart and put another line in there. It's not dripping now, but and I know you usually have a lot of, you know, supplies down here, cleaning supplies and whatnot. But just monitor this area, make sure it stays dry, because once we leave, we can't monitor it. And, you know, we're pretty good at what we do, but, you know, everybody gets a leak occasionally. And, you know, you need to stay after the water. If you get water, we need to get it resolved. Whatever is happening, whether it's error on our part or whether it's the manufacturer. Like I say, that faucet on the right at the very bottom, that adapter was leaking. That's not our fault, but we can't leave it like that. We can't just walk away and pretend like it's okay. So, you know, we'll put a little word into the manufacturer, let them know, hey, something's going on there. But, so we got the hose back in there and tied in. Again, all of these lines are yours. You know, all the shutoff valves, those are yours. Hot, you got one hot, you got two colds. One's for filtration, and that's fine. I'm not sure where. I guess they had planned it. They had planned cold water on the right for filtration. So anyways, that one on the far right, the valve over there comes over here into the filter. out of the filter and back up. And like I say, that was original to the home. This manufacturer that was in there, so we just replaced it with one of theirs. And so the hose, a lot of conflict in here. You can see just a big nest of piping right in there, and that's right where the hose and the weight lands. And so what we did, you can see we got a piece of plumber's tape back there and strapped the discharge hose, this big hose, back against the wall, just to, you know, try and keep it out of the way. But honestly, it still hits a little bit. That weight comes up and it bumps up against that line, so you'll feel it when you're using that faucet. We don't want to pull it too tight over there, you know, and cause a problem with the drainage. So that's good. Anyway, so again, there's all of your electronic stuff. That's directly from Moen. All that assembly, that comes from Moen, just like that. We don't put any of that together besides the spray hose, which is in the middle, that little white adapter with the black with the black plastic depressed kit on there. So that's where that gets plugged in. That's the only thing we plug in down there. Everything else is all the water lines. That's all assembled for at Moen. So anyways, no water's dripping right now. It's been about a half an hour since we worked on this, so it's pretty dry down here. But you know, before you load things back in here, just or we might load it in here for you, put all the stuff back down here, but just monitor it, you know, for moisture, anything down here. Didn't take a look at this disposal while we're here because you know, we didn't need to drop this. There's a lot more going on over here. You've got 2-compartment sink, and so we didn't mess with that. But everything looks good in here. Outside of that, this installation is done.